and welcome.
Wonderful.
Hello and welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact UK, episode 190 of Impacted, coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows, we are there. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man simply coming to us from the void of his own brain, simply known as Joker. And, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the DJ extraordinaire, coming to us live from your local nightclub, LimpstarUK. Craig, welcome to the show, boys.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm real good. Looks like we got quite a few people already in the chat. Looks like Eric's in there and Hussein's in there. Courtney's with us. Good Lord.
Happy birthday, Courtney.
Oh, yes, Courtney. Now, you're not supposed to say your age, so we're not going to ask. Because, you never
She's like
ask,
a day over
never
21.
ask a woman's age. She's at least 21, isn't she? At least 21. But, I don't want to, we don't want to know. You never ask a lady her age. That's very rude. But happy birthday to you, my lovely, and thanks for joining us from the top of the show. I know you don't often get to do that, but so it's great to have you with us. Great indeed. Right, okay, so what we've been up to, boys? Craig, what have you been up to this week?
Eat, sleep, work, repeat, and just had enough of it. So, yep, that's just repeat till fade at the minute. Nothing's changing, nothing's progressing. It's just all kind of that just lull before you pull the flush.
Okay. And what about you, Joe? I know you've been watching, getting up to date with all the wrestling stuff, but have you anything other than wrestling related?
Yeah, I've actually completed all the first chapter I'm working on for this Doom 2 project. I'm now doing a full recording of the start to finish, end to end. Now finding a few tweaks needed here and there while I'm going through, but I'll be uploading all the videos and stuff as I've done onto my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel when they're done. There is a update from 2024 compared to 2023 of the first map on my YouTube channel already, which I posted onto Facebook after I literally just finished the whole thing, got the base before finishing off the final cutscene and everything, but got basically the base of the whole system laid out. So I recorded the first map and how it looked and put it onto Facebook, and then uploaded it to YouTube to share around on like Discord and StreamYard and things like that. Yeah, and play anywhere really that I could get it to. But the response on Facebook was pretty good. So anyone that's interested in gaming and that, go onto my channel, check it out on the Doom 2 Work in Progress playlist.
Well, there you go. See, I'm totally not into any of that shite, but I have to say, if you are, go and check.
Talk about support your friends. Joe, I'm gonna check it out at some point because I'm curious about what it's all about. So who knows? I might jump on the comments in there or something like that because it does sound like just. Yeah, it's just something to check out. Like, not being funny. I've checked out all the
Are you a gamer then?
Do you know what? Every console I've bought, I haven't bought the newest Xbox because the only games that I buy are Forza and FIFA, and I'm shit at both.
Right.
So that's like I'm not a gamer because I'm crap at games. Like I can go in.
I like FIFA.
Do you know the only one that I'm actually good at is those drop things that you get at the
grabbers,
at the pier and stuff. Yeah, the grabbers. I'm good at grabbers because you just rock them and then something falls out. Yeah, it's pretty good. Awesome. You set the alarm off and they open a door, you grab something and you leg it. It's pretty good.
I'm pretty good at the 2p machines. The ones that those ones. I'm pretty good at those. That's about it, really.
Claw machine, yes, Zach.
Thank you, Punk, for that. I appreciate that, really do. But I love the 2p machines. The ones that they push it, don't they? They push the money.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what gets me on those ones, right? Is you're always a winner, but you get to the end and you're like, for fuck's sake, I've had enough of this. And then it just keeps chucking money out at you. And you've got to keep putting it back in until there's none left. Because that's what you do on that one, isn't it? You just literally have to keep putting your 2p's in until you've got none left and then you're done. Right?
Yeah, well, you're meant to
Yeah.
stop, aren't you? But then you go and put a tenner in, and you get like 18 kilos worth of 2p coins, and you just keep going.
Exactly. Just keep going. It's very addictive. My daughter, right? She's 11. She loves it. Yeah, for those of you that know Boomer, she loves it. She loves the 2p machine. I could literally take her to the pier, right, and stick a couple of quid
Yeah.
in the thing to get the 2p's out, right, and say off you go then, and she'll be there for ages. Mate. She'll be there for ages, and by the time she's done, she's had enough. She wants to go home. Yeah, cost me a couple of quid every time. But yeah, we love a good 2p machine. I believe in 2p machines. Yeah, I love them. Nice to see Smash. Oi!
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Finger
Who
slip
put
from the
that up?
unworthy thing there.
Yeah, that's an old school. That was back from Chicago when we stayed in the hotel up there. That was, I think that's
That one's directly above the Joe Hendry one. So, and there's very fucked up connection on my computer, so it's all not responding properly.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so bonus babies joined us as well. Obviously, Mir's with us. Good to see you, Mir. Zach's joined us. Obviously, we've got Punk is in the house. He's obviously just given us a nice super sticker, which we appreciate. Thank you very much. Adam's joined us. Isn't that your friend, Adam? Am I right or wrong?
It is. It is my friend.
Adam, yeah, man.
Bison's
So
in the house.
Yeah. Did you get stuck into
And
what
Jay
we were
Bones
talking
here.
about with regards to Joe Hendry? Oh, damn it.
I meant to say.
No, you're not as good as NXT.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
I
so
missed that one.
never mind. NXT
There will be
believe.
more.
Anyway, right, let's get stuck into the news rumors, TNA Impact the Week, and of course our Slammiversary preview, which is not as long as it should be because there's only 5 matches, but never mind. Right, Slammiversary, as we're talking about it, sold out.
Yeah. So we
Sarcastic
mentioned
applause.
it last week. Mentioned it last week. Yeah, it was sold out. I got official confirmation from the entire roster. It's sold out, and
It's
it's
definitely
fantastic
sold out.
news. 4,000 people at least in seats, and others just standing remotely. And it might be sold out for the show the following day too.
Yeah, man. I think it's hopefully the following day is gonna at least get close to 3. If we can get we can get at least 3K in there, that'd be fucking awesome. That means you got 4, 5, 6. That's like 7K over the 2 days. I'd say that's a good weekend's work, right?
Well, you got to think like the people that are watching Joe Hendry as well, like specifically Joe Hendry, because no one's watching Ethan Page. Joe Hendry fans, because he's going to have got his fans and stuff like that. So you're going to get people from NXT kind of think, well, look, it's local to us. We don't have to fly here, there, or whatever. We'll go and check it out. And I've got a small inkling that it's going to be TNA is going to just be the Joe Hendry show soon, because you look at what happened with AJ Styles back in the day. He was the face that ran the place, and I've got a feeling that Joe Hendry is going to be that guy.
Yeah,
Hello, Antonio.
You never. Oh, Antonio Baker's in the house. Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, nice to see
Antonio.
you. Man. Yeah, it's good. But what fantastic news is that? At the end of the day, I mean, that is fantastic news. And I just want to point out that yes, possibly NXT had, the NXT effect or whatever has had a small amount of impact on the sales, possibly. But the majority of that is down to the hard work of TNA and the roster, PCO specifically, and probably Mike Bailey as well, being local heroes.
And Jay Chung is local too.
Jay Chung, and there's been, but the main thing here is that PCO has been absolutely on it for like about 6 weeks. And the NXT connection has only really been the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, and most of it, let's face the facts, before that came in, it was selling like hotcakes, wasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. The marketing
Yeah.
is just since about Rebellion, and the marketing has completely changed and gone into overdrive.
It's gone to
just-
the next level. They've
Yeah.
started to finally start putting the time into it, which I think is awesome. Roger, I don't know whether AJ's going to turn up at Slammiversary. You never know. Joe Hendry, Jordynne Grace being there, or being that Joe Hendry's song is so big, is helping TNA with ticket sales. I'm sure it is. Don't get me wrong, but then
Yeah.
you know the Joe Hendry song and all the rest of it. That's nothing to do with NXT.
No.
That's what that's TNA and Joe himself that have built all that up.
Yeah.
So it's all been happening. I think it's fantastic to see. The week build, obviously, to the Slammiversary has also begun. You may have noticed that I was talking that I've now got a pretzel Bison pretzel. So and we know that there's a TNA slamming pretzel now, which is on sale right now. We've also obviously got the PCO burger, which is on sale. We've seen loads of really cool stuff going on. Jordynne Grace to face Montreal Canadiens mascot in an arm wrestling.
I've seen it. Alex looking brilliant.
Oh my god.
She's just been on a massive tear around Japan as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. They proper going for it. They are proper going for it.
If they haven't
right-
got all the burgers and stuff being served up by Johnny Springer, we've missed a trick.
Oh, mate, yeah. Daddy burger. Should have had a daddy burger.
Yeah, the daddy burger.
Ham and eggers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, ham and egg burger.
Made of ham and egg. The daddy burger made of ham and egg. That would have been brilliant. But yeah, so that's all good. But it's been good. It's been a real good build so far. But yeah, there you go. And so you're right. Yeah, there's a lot of idiots that have been saying TNA is going to die, is upset. So these ticket sales, they claim, love wrestling, yet they want TNA to die. Yeah, so no, there's a lot of idiots like that out there. But don't worry about it, mate. We just crack on and do our thing. NXT, the Rascalz defeat Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. The commentator said Joe Hendry, and he appeared during the match and joined the commentary team. The crowd went nuts. Like Joe.
They believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Go, see? That's all you have to do. You have to say his name when he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So here's
But what
name, Joe
was
Hendry.
good- There you go. Oh.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But anyway, so like I said, the Rascalz defeated Gallus. I think that's how you say it. Gallus. I don't know. It was a pretty good match. It's the only bit that I've watched, and I thought it was a bloody good match. I love they used pretty much all of the classic Rascalz moves.
We got the hot fire flame.
Hot fire flame was badass.
Hold the press. Is this last night's NXT?
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say it now, and I'm sorry to say it, but like I'm gonna have to watch NXT. I'm gonna have to check out WWE for the first time since about 2008. I'm gonna have to check out WWE and their third tier show.
Yeah, I mean it was fantastic. It was really good. I mean, they came out doing all this, and the old school, the way that how they used to sort of kind of like come round and jump off the steps and everything, and all that sort of stuff. They did all of that.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. And I love the way they brought Joe in, because what they did was the commentators was talking about it, and you have Booker T going, "Don't do it, don't say it," and then the commentator, I've forgotten what his name is, the commentator, but he sort of kind of like mentions obviously the man, and out he came and joined the commentary team. It was just brilliant, because he literally said his name, and as he said his name, the music hit.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was really good. I love that. I thought that worked really well.
My keyboard's drunk.
Oh dear, never mind. So it was really good. I thought that was a good way of doing it, and that was good. Okay, Immersed, just been released earlier on today. featuring Moose versus Matt Hardy in the main event. I think it was against all odds, I believe. Really good, guys. Like these immersed series are fantastic, aren't they? I mean, let's just face the fact.
Yeah.
They are great. And this one was no exception. This was a really good one as well. I think that apologies, still got that little cough, guys, so apologize for that. But yeah, so still, you know, these are so well put together. It's George Barbosa does a great job on this one and then the diary one. They're all fantastic, and this is no exception. So if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out, because I think it's really, really good. It's available on YouTube, and of course TNA Plus. So go and check that out. I know Joe's halfway through it because he was watching it earlier, but it's pretty good, Joe, isn't it?
It's been amazing. It's so great. Just listening to Matt Hardy's praise for the entire for everything that TNA has done, and allowing him to, you know, they say that itself, TNA is the DNA of the Broken Universe, and allowing him to come back and literally
Like it.
repay them back for letting him do this in the first place, basically, is brilliant, and it's great to see. You know, he's come back to thank everyone, basically, and the only way he can, which is just completely wonderful. And Moose talking about, you know, he's how he's been aspiring to be a wrestler since he was about 7. You know, even going through the NFL and going through all that, and Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers saying, you know, guys like that shouldn't go for it that easily, but Moose just shot through everything so easily in the NFL.
Joe, does he talk about his first match? You ever heard the story behind Moose's first ever wrestling match?
I don't think he talked about that.
It doesn't talk about it here, but I know he's mentioned it.
I think he done it with Chris Van Vliet, and he said like he drove 12 hours to some place. There was about 40 people or something, and he had like an 8-minute match, and they drove 12 hours back because he wanted.
Because I like scumbags.
Because he wanted to start at the bottom and work his way up rather than just walk into it like some people have.
Yeah.
That's something that, like, you know, when people say like, oh, I don't really go much on Moose as like the TNA champion, I'm like, that dude deserves it, man. He has earned it fully.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I got loads of time for Moose, and he's a real great guy too. So if you ever get an opportunity to meet him, he is a really down to earth, real nice guy. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, it hasn't, you know, it's not gone to his head or anything like that. He's just a real, it's just a genuinely nice bloke. So he's definitely worth checking him out. If you get the opportunity to meet him, I 100% recommend meeting him. You know, they say that saying, you know, don't meet your heroes, blah blah blah. You know, but with him, top man. He's a very, very cool guy. So if you get that opportunity, make sure you do. Now, they've also got some great matches have been released to happen on Sunday's TV tapings.
Yeah, I've seen some of these come up.
Yeah, including Nick Nemeth versus Mustafa Ali, Steve Macklin versus Jake something.
Ooh.
Oosh, that's going to be slapping me.
Yeah, hot yeah.
We've also got Jody Threat versus Masha Slamovich. It's been advertised as well. That should be a good one. So, you know, some really good matches set up for the TV taping. So whoever gets to go to that one are gonna get a real good show as well. So it's gonna be a really good weekend. Okay, so Explosion. Now we've got Spitfire defeating Vicious Vicky and Kelly Madden. Now, I don't know either of those. However, I thought the match was pretty good. I only saw some. I've only seen some of Explosion, not all of it. But this match is pretty good. You know, I know you've watched Explosion, Joe, haven't you?
Yeah.
What did you think of this match?
It was a bit too short for my liking, but it was bloody good. I was hoping it would have gone a bit longer. But they had so much filler content in between before both the team matches, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But if this match had gone on a lot longer, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But what I saw was really good. You know, Danny Una and Jody Threat are gelled together. They are now showing that they are a united unit and they're ready to go for these Knockouts tag team titles and everything like that, and all the expected build there. And
they're both fantastic wrestlers. Both of them are fantastic wrestlers.
Fantastic.
Spit noise. Oh yeah, okay, very funny. Right, okay.
Don't even go there.
I'm not going anywhere near it. From the Vault, AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy. That was from NWA TNA 100. Again, what more do you need to say? It's Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Absolute cracker in their primes, let's face it. Absolute cracker of a match. We also had Gia Miller going around the ring with Saint, Travis Williams from Saint and Sinner. Some interesting talk about music and the love of music and all that kind of stuff. Definitely worth checking that out. And then we had the main event, which was First Class versus Sinner and Saint. Francis eventually did like the massive choke slam, the best choke slam in the game.
Down payment.
Yeah, exactly. To Williams, followed followed up with Rich Homie Swan, Frog Splash. That must be called the Homie Splash. To give First Class the win. It was again, this was a bloody good match as well. Did you see Explosion, Craig?
No, I didn't. But now you've said First Class are on it, I'm gonna have to go and watch it because they're my boys.
Yeah. Bloody brilliant match. The main event was amazing. Rich Swann hitting we got to see the lowdown come back now, and Rich Swann's embraced it, and he's executed it perfectly.
Sorry, what was that one called?
It was originally the lowdown by D'Lo Brown. I think it's called the First Class Splash or something now, or probably something a bit more imaginative.
I'm sorry, it's the Homie Splash. Come on.
Yeah.
Why don't you call it the Homo now?
The Homie
Mortgage
Splash.
But that was one of the first high flying moves I attempted when I was at school. And I split my trousers open. So
please tell me there's footage.
Yeah,
we need footage. We need footage of Joe in the back in the schoolyard doing the D-Lo lowdown or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, school uniform.
That would have been cool.
But this is
the person you did that on, are they still alive or?
Oh no, it was just me jumping off the top of the stairs down to the next floor down. So, just for the sake of it.
I tell you what, throwing out stuff you did at school. So when I was about 15, Adam probably knows this story. To be fair, when I was about 15, some dude like DDT'd me on the field. And when I say DDT'd me, I mean his arm was around my neck and my head like contorted. It really hurt for like a good week or two, right? Probably should have broke my neck. So I'm not one to hold a grudge, but like I was probably about 31 at the time. So yeah, I'm knocking on a bit. I was probably about 31 at the time, and I sent this guy in Asda, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, dude, how are you?" I was like, "Yeah, you have that throwaway small talk because you've seen someone from school." So I waited like a couple minutes, and I left my trolley, and I walked 2 hours away, and I DDT'd him on the Asda floor. That's getting back. So, I waited about 15 years, and then I got him back, and like suffice to say, it knocked him clean out, and I was asked to leave. But just remember when you're doing wrestling moves on someone, that they probably will get you back when you least expect it.
That's fantastic. I tell you what, do you watch the videos of those?
Wonderful.
You watch videos of the lads, they sort of like go into the middle of like these stores and start wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen one or two of them.
Oh yeah, I feel like I might have inspired them. Who knows?
It was you at 31. It was you. That sounds fantastic. I love it. Okay, so Terrence has joined us. Paul Matthewson's joined us. Oh my God, it's Norris has joined us.
Hello.
The World is a Stage has joined us. No idea who you are, but thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Love the name.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So there's a lot of people in the house right now. Beautiful. Okay, turning point will be at WrestleCade on November 29th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That suggests to me that the Hardys are sticking around.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's Hardy territory.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that suggests that to me straight away.
I
So
reckon we're
anyway,
gonna get a surprise appearance from the Rock and Roll Express.
Not
You never know.
not too far from Trevor Lee as well. I think he's from South
Oh
Carolina.
man, can you
That's true.
imagine?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Trevor Lee will be arriving much sooner than November.
Yeah,
Late
maybe.
November.
Hopefully, maybe he could do like a Sammy Callahan thing and be the Carolina Death Machine and just come out and completely rip it out of him.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Actually, you put him in a match with Sammy Callahan. That would be bloody brilliant.
Oh man,
Oh,
I think we've just like put out a match idea there that would just be money. Do you know what I mean? It'd be brilliant.
Or Trevor Lee and Jake something. They
Oh man.
they're like pound for pound strongest guys for their size versus strongest guy for their size.
Now, I talking about everyone's talking about wrestling and stuff, right? Now, if anyone has me on Facebook, I dare you. And I was a bit bigger then as well. When I say bigger, I mean fatter. But there are pictures of me doing backyard wrestling on my Facebook. So if anyone wants to go and check that out, if you want to go searching through my pictures, you're more than welcome. I won't be finding them for you. But if you want to see the Bison doing his backyard wrestling, then the pictures are on Facebook. So if you want to go and find it, off you go. Right. Impact results. Here we go. So the show begins where we left off when TNA Impact went off air last week. We got Ryan Nemeth is filming Frankie Kazarian and says he knows he's the one who jumped Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth jumps Kazarian and beats him down until he is pulled off by security and Kazarian flees. What did you think of this? I actually thought that was a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
To be honest, the actual filming of it and what went down was fine. It was all cool.
I pointed that out at like the very end of the show.
Kaz kind of upset me really. I was hoping it was going to be somebody a little bit more interested. I mean, what do you think, Joe?
I thought it's sort of taking away the fact that Nick Nemeth is most likely going to be at Slammiversary now. Although they were still questioning whether he would be medically cleared to compete throughout the night. It's still taking that mystery away a bit more. We know he's going to be there. So, but I enjoyed it. It was a good opening, and it's just good.
Yeah.
And
what did you think, Craig?
I agree with you. To be fair, mate, I think it was quite disappointing because, like I said at the end of last week's show, we were all like, "Oh yeah, he was like, what are you filming?" Do you know what I mean? And then like it cuts back to it, and I was kind of hoping it might have been someone from NXT, or it might have been like it could have been anyone. But the fact that it was Ryan Nemeth, I'm not like talking the guy down, but it didn't really make much sense. Do you know what I mean? It would have been. I think it's a missed opportunity on TNA's part there.
I think so. I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. Why would Kazarian want to take out Nemeth? I don't understand the reason for it.
Remember what Moose said to him? You take out Kazarian, I'll give you a title shot. And Kazarian is also taking care of all the guys who he don't deserve to be there. So like Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth, who've just come back out of nowhere, who aren't veterans like himself or Moose or like guys like that, or even Steve Macklin.
Yeah. So, interesting.
He's taking out all the favourites to win.
Okay, fair enough. It just didn't make sense to me at that moment, but I get what you're saying. I do. Now, Jordynne Grace then defeats Izzi Dame, who obviously from NXT.
Izzi Dame.
Izzi Dame. However, the concierge of Ash by Elegance did inform us that Ash was going to be watching via satellite whilst on vacation. But we did get a bit of a treat as Rosemary appears and obviously chases him off, which I thought was good. So,
Savior.
Our savior, our hive queen herself, as we said previously, the person that should be feuding with Ash right now is Rosemary. So
yeah,
it looks like something's going to go down, and we're going to get Rosemary and Ash after Slammiversary, possibly. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see
there's a storyline there, isn't there? Yeah,
they've been building.
Me and Joe are all for it.
I wasn't overly impressed. I didn't think the match was particularly great. I mean, nothing stood out for me in the match. It was okay. But I wasn't like, oh my god, this bird's amazing, or anything
Oh,
like
mate, I'll tell you what. As soon as she came on the screen, I was just like, "This bird is pretty amazing." To be fair, like she didn't have to wrestle. Like I was straight on Google Images and I didn't see much in the match. But it was. And then like as soon as I seen like Rosemary was there, I was like, "Okay, you got my attention back." But like Rosemary, she's been around forever. She deserves her flowers. Do you know what I mean, it's about time we had a decent storyline for Rosemary. Like if you take your mind back to when we went back to the name of TNA, and they're pulling that thing out the water and stuff like that, and you seen her putting the paint on. Like, there's got to be a big storyline for Rosemary because we know that she's just got everything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she's brilliant, and I really do hope that she's gifted with some gold at some point soon, and it's not tag team gold either. To be fair.
Yeah.
No. Again, we've talked about it for a while. Are there any knockouts that are a challenge for Jordynne? And well, we spoke about it loads. I mean, we've been talking about for me, Masha Slamovich should be the girl taking that title, and maybe she will. It's got to be at the right time, I guess. But there are knockouts that could challenge for the title, definitely.
Yeah, Rosemary's
one of them.
Sat there waiting for ages.
Exactly, definitely. Right, Santino then comes out and announces that the wildcard tag team match featuring Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry versus Steve Macklin and the Moose. So we're like, whoa, this is going to be great. Then Charlie Dempsey defeats Zachary Wentz, but only after interference from NXT Miles Byrne, obviously part of the No Quarter Catch crew. This was a good match. Like, Charlie Dempsey's really good, and he's as good as I was expecting him to be, being who his dad is, to be frank. So I enjoyed him. Now, Charlie Dempsey and then Miles Byrne taunt the Rascalz, claiming that the No Quarter Catch crew is the most dominant faction in wrestling. They emphasize that Dempsey did not show up alone as Tovian Heights enters the frame. However, Santino also appears, announcing that the No Quarter Catch crew will face the Rascalz in a 6-man tag team match the following week. So, I love the way that they do this because they set everything up so well.
Yeah.
And everything, like as I said, everything makes sense on why they're doing it. It worked really, really well. I enjoyed it. I thought the match was great. I thought the way that they played the story was great. I really like this. Really good stuff. Mike Bailey defeats Kushida and Gresham to ensure his title shot with Mustafa Ali at Slammiversary. Again, another really good match, and nice to see Inc. being countered by the Mist by Kushida. I thought that was awesome. I never expected it to do it either. So I thought this was a really cool moment. What did you think of this one, Craig?
I think especially our long-time listeners, they'll remember me and you actually. Oh, was it me, Joe? Well, us three basically. We suggested that there might be like a Kushida kind of like nod to the Great Muta, something like that. We did kind of predict that, and the fact that it happened, I did cheer. I was like, brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Because if anyone deserves credit, like someone like the Great Muta, Kushida is the guy to do it because he's got that background and stuff, and like I'm just really happy that Kushida stuck around. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we've heard all the mutterings about Motor City Machine Guns, but Kushida can go, and he's such a good wrestler, and like I'm so glad that he's still in our books, and we've got a storyline for him.
Fair. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Somebody's saying that I've got an issue with my audio. Is it not working very well?
It's echoing a bit.
Is it? Okay, let me have a look at my thing. Hang on.
He's having a look at his thingamajig.
Hey.
Barry, what's it Barry said? Gresham is being made to look a bit of a useless dickhead. I'm only reading out what's on screen. I love that. Gresham, the Octa dickhead.
No, Gresham is biding his time. There's something really big's going to come from it.
I hope so.
Anyhow,
Have we got the Bison back? No,
Yeah.
we got no noise from Bison. But yeah, it's like Gresham, that whole storyline, that whole dynamic at the minute. That's pretty cool. I do like it a lot. It's I like I've slated him on this show, and I've said about Gresham and stuff like that. I've said like, look, we haven't got any like any character to him, and now he's got this character. It's just like really throwing it back to us.
Yeah, to Zane Charles's point about Ali possibly returning at Slammiversary.
Oh, the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, she's taken a hiatus from wrestling, so I don't know when she's going to be back. But if she would come back at Slammiversary, I'd be all for it.
As long as she don't bring her fella. Hello.
Right, I've taken the thingy off. Right, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Good. Right. Evil Gresham, best Gresham. Agree.
Yes, next.
And I like the Ink character. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's quite working at the minute. I don't think they're going down the right path with it. So, I don't know. I'd like to see the bunny back as well, to be honest. I would. Okay. I was happy to see, like I said, I was happy to see the Mist back. I think that was pretty awesome. Guys, I'm going to have to turn you up, I think, because... Hang on. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Right. I've forgotten where I got to now. Okay, so then the Secret Service, Champagne Singh, and Ali, Mustafa Ali, blindsides Mike Bailey. The Secret Service holds Bailey still, and Ali is about to hit him with a chair when Trent Seven tries to make the save. Ali smashes Trent Seven's leg with the chair and locks in the sharpshooter on Trent while Bailey is held by the Secret Service, making him watch. Yeah, I quite liked all of this stuff. I thought this was pretty good. What did you think on this, Joe?
Mustafa Ali sending a bitter message, and taunting Mike Bailey because they're going back to Canada. So what better move to hit on anyone than the sharpshooter, just to rub it in even more. You're going to Canada. I'll take the piss out of some of the greatest Canadian wrestlers of all time, with one of the greatest Canadian wrestling moves of all time. I'm really looking forward to this match. It's probably going to be one. If the main event somehow doesn't become match of the night, then Bailey versus Mustafa Ali definitely will be. And happy birthday to Mike Bailey too.
Yes, it was his birthday. I forgot about that.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a cracker of a match. These guys are going to absolutely go at it. I think this is where we're going to see Mike Bailey in his hometown become the X-Division champion. Not sure what's going to happen with Mustafa Ali after that, but either way, he's had a really good run.
Oh, man, he's fully won me over. Didn't know much about the guy, and the fact that he stuck around. I had this obsession about him only being available for 6 dates or 6 matches or something. I don't know where I read that. I kept on. I don't know if it's a dirt sheet or what, but apparently it was just
but he may well have been to begin with. He may well have been to begin with, and then he's like, actually, I quite like it here. I'm going to stay for a bit.
Look at what he's achieved as well outside of TNA. Like, he's been on the front page of like Wrestling Observer and stuff like that, and we've made him a champion, the first in his own respective. How do I put that word without us getting cancelled? He's the first person from his area to win that title. I'm lost for words on that one. So it's just that, and it's really good. And like, obviously this whole presidential thing and stuff like that, like, dare I say it, with what happened to Donald Trump recently, and that I don't know if he might enter that into his storyline. Like, maybe he gets like a sharp kick to the side of the head or something like that, or someone's trying to do like a curb stomp on him or something, they miss.
You just never know. Zane, have I still got an echo, mate? I've come off my my headset for some reason. It was playing.
I think Zane's trolling you, mate.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think Zane's laptop is down a well, and it's actually his speakers.
Okay. Fair. I'm down with that. So Norbert's saying he's probably on a paper appearance deal. Yeah, you're probably right. Possibly. He probably is. I think.
Let's keep paying him.
But what I do think is that they need. I mean, they obviously probably set down a certain amount of time for it to happen, because you can't go and build a story like they built there, thinking knowing whether the guy's going to be there at the next set of tapings. So I think that's what it was. So Mustafa Ali is the first person of Pakistani origin.
That's
and
Dragonstorm has saved me. I love
win
you.
a TNA title. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. That should
I
work.
was so lost for words, and I didn't want to get it wrong. So
There you go.
Dragonstorm, I owe you. Thank you very much.
And he also set history by winning the X-Division on his debut match as well. He won the title on his debut match. No one else has ever done that before too. That shot him straight to the.
But my God, what a match! Do you know what I mean? It's not like he just waltzed in from the WWE and went, "Oh, I'm going to be a champion." He's kick ass. He's so good.
Yeah,
He's done a really good job. Yeah,
he did a great match against Chris Sabin. He pissed Chris Sabin off so much it just made him lose it completely.
Hail Sabin!
Yeah, definitely. So David Valentine saying, breaking news: the NWA to invade TNA at Bound for Glory.
With what?
Yeah,
It's just
ET3. That's it.
Who booked this?
There you go. Now, see, Norris is saying I've got an echo as well. Have I still got this echo?
No, mate, you're fine. Norris is in cahoots. He lives in the same world.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's see if I can get this fixed, because it's annoying. Nobody needs to hear me echoing all over the place. My voice is bad enough as it is.
Echo.
Again. Right, is that better or not?
Yep, that's better. It sounds like you got your hand over your mouth instead.
Okay, good. I like it. There you go. Hopefully that's better for everybody else as well. Anyway, there you go. So Courtney thinks that Ali will lose. TNA just will leave TNA. That's just her opinion. You never know. Yeah, possibly. Ali and the Hardys, TNI needs to pay them what they want. They have a good thing going.
Totally agree.
Yeah, they do have a good thing going. They do need to pay the money to keep these guys. Of course they do. But we'll just have to, But I think people also have to understand that you need to build the company as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no point in paying these guys big money if you can't continually fill up 4,000 seats. Plus.
Well,
Yeah.
Matt and Jeff Hardy are basically winding up their careers now more than anything else. So Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy have come back to then, and they're still unsigned talent.
Yeah.
Everybody else is technically on a contract of some sorts. It's only Matt and Jeff that are the unsigned talents.
Totally. Now, here, my favorite bit of the night is coming up, right? We then get Craig's love of his life, Steph DeLander, is sitting on the beach and speaks to PCO about their relationship. She tells PCO that she needs to go back to Australia to tie up some loose ends and asks, will he wait for her? This was awesome. And I have to say, I absolutely love this storyline. This is the best thing that I've seen from PCO since the build and the match with Steve Macklin last year. Absolutely brilliant stuff. What do you think about this? And I'm going to ask Joe, because I know Craig is stealing right now. What do you think, Joe?
I shed a tear knowing that Steph DeLander's gone and PCO is going to be heartbroken and left waiting. I thought it was brilliant. It's been so good. It's that comedy value that really is actually working and is really, really funny. It's brilliant. It's the silly elements you want in wrestling, and it's perfectly put together as you'd expect from TNA.
Yeah, I mean, okay. All jokes aside, Craig, what are your thoughts on this storyline? How it's going?
Well, I can't not joke. Like I was going to say, if she needs somewhere to sit, then I've got plenty of places. And if she wants to tie me up, I'll fly to Australia. That's absolutely fine. But I will give it credit. Like I think PCO on his own is just horrifying. But I think he makes Con look good. But no, I think that this whole SDL storyline, I think, has actually worked in his favor because it has got eyes on him. It has kept him as a bit of a TNA cult favorite, and I do think that, like, you know, hopefully this storyline gets nipped in the bud for a little bit. I ain't got much good to say about PCO. Like, thanks for the tickets and that, dude, but like coming out and getting jump started in that, but the fact you're human and you're walking around selling tickets, stay kayfabe. Do you know what I mean? I'm not buying it.
Okay. We know that you're not a fan of PCO. Personally, I think it's just that you're jealous of his clear and his clear handsomeness.
You suck!
And total believability of this storyline that he's got going on with Steph DeLanda right now. It's a beautiful love story, Beauty and the Beast. And I'm there for it. I am there for it all the way. Just because it pisses Craig off.
Well, mate, as soon as she opens her DMs, she knows that the man of her dreams is waiting for her. So
I'm sure she does, mate. But you're on her OnlyFans, aren't you? So you should be able to speak to her anytime you want.
I am.
So
I
go
can,
and speak to her.
and she still doesn't reply.
What?
It's costing me a
part of the-
fortune.
Isn't that part of the service? Aren't you supposed to be able to talk
I don't
to
know.
her?
What do you know about OnlyFans?
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Isn't that the whole thing with it? Isn't that the whole thing with it?
I don't know, mate. I'm a lurker. I'm just looking at her beauty. I don't need to speak to her. She needs to speak to me.
You're such a pussy.
It's one day she'll jump on our chat. She'll be on this channel and she'll jump on our
One
chat and
day
she'll
she'll fly away. Anyway, it's going to be great. It's going to be good. I think this is really cool, and I'm totally for it. AJ Francis defeats Rhino in a Philly street fight. That was pretty good, and all the EC dub chants. I mean, obviously you had to get Rhino in a match, didn't you? When you were at the 2300 arena, of course you did. And it was fine. It was all good. Hard hitting. AJ Francis shows that he's actually not too bad in the ring. He's pretty good. So I enjoyed it. AJ Francis all the way, I say.
You're not son of a guns. You are sons of bitches.
Yeah. just don't fly over the top rope. That's all I say. Then we get the all new Giselle Shaw. She defeats Tasha Steelz. I have to say this was a really good match, and it was nice to see Tasha Steelz again. But Giselle is looking fantastic. I love the new look. I love the new attitude. I think she's looking fantastic. What do you think on this one, Joe?
Yeah, it's great to see Tasha Steelz again, and you know she's still got that aura of she's just someone to keep your eyes on every time she comes down to the ring. Giselle Shaw, like you said, looking just amazing, performing brilliantly. I think she'll be the one to dethrone Jordynne Grace. So come the event after Slammiversary, she'll beat Jordynne Grace.
You think?
Yeah, I think because she's the one who sent Jordynne Grace.
I'm going to agree with Joe.
And Deonna Purrazzo packing. And she put Jordynne Grace on the show for a while too. But that's how she got her match against Deonna Purrazzo. And then, despite losing that, she got rid of her afterwards.
Okay.
So,
all right. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I'm still holding out hope that that my beautiful Masha is.
Oh, Masha's going to get the title shot.
It's going to get that title shot at PFG, and that's where Jordynne's going to lose it. But you think
Masha Samovich versus Giselle Shaw after their last encounter? That now compared to when she just squashed her in 5 minutes will be an interesting thing to see too.
Okay. All right. We then get JDC, because that's what you got to call him now. You can't call him Johnny Dirty. Was it Johnny Dirty Curtis or whatever it is?
Dango.
That's it. Johnny Dango Curtis is JDC. He defeats Chris Bay after the system interfere. What would you expect from that?
Trust the system.
Got to trust the system.
System.
After a pretty entertaining match, Moose and Macklin defeat Alexander and Joe Hendry with interference from Kazarian. Again, I thought this was a really good main event. I really enjoyed it. There was some fantastic stuff with Moose and Macklin, especially. Joe Hendry was really solid in the match, as obviously Josh Alexander you would expect anyway. But again, great main event. Like you say, with the interference Kazarian, then Moose and Macklin get the win. And then, of course, Impact goes off air. And that was it. That was your Impact for last week. And I thought it was a pretty solid show. What do you think?
Very solid show. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to watch it again because my attention was put on setting everything up here, so my attention was a bit off the triple threat match. So I'm gonna have to watch that again. But I did see the ending with Trent Seven putting the sharpshooter. So I was...
hang on, Grace should vacate the title and leave for WWE as undefeated. Is that what you're saying? Maybe that could happen eventually. You never know. No, I think she'll drop it to somebody, but she'll drop it at Bang for Glory. That's what I think.
No, I reckon Joe's onto something. I reckon it'll be our December event. What one's that? What was the December event?
I don't know.
There isn't one in December now. I think the last one will be Turning Point, and then it's the wind down and stuff in December.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're doing things.
Put Jordynne in the turkey suit. Stuff it. Why not?
Yeah? No, see, now they've dropped IPWF. That's been dropped.
Good.
Apparently, that was a JD Evans thing. Now he's gone. That's gone.
Thank God for that.
So, yeah, they dropped stuff like that because, I mean, it was all right. But I think, again, it's sort of one of those things. It's sort of everyone was like, oh, that's the sort of thing that makes TNA a joke.
It's their fault. They got sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon, and I tried it, and it was bloody awful. And I've been brushing my tongue with a brick ever since. Anyone who drinks Pabst Blue Ribbon, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Don't do
Absolute wrong.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Plus, I think I suppose you could say the IPWF is sort of kind of the part of the Impact era.
Yeah,
I guess not the new TNA era. So
yeah,
so that was what it was. I think December was IPWF. I think you're right. So that they've dropped that. I still think they need to bring back Knockouts Knockdown.
Definitely.
But obviously we need to get a couple more knockouts.
That would be good.
It would. Okay, let's get into the Slammiversary preview. We've only got a few matches to talk about, so let's get stuck into that. Okay, Spitfire versus the Militia for the KO tag titles. I think this is going to be a great match. As long as Masha gets most of the work, and I have a feeling that Spitfire are going to win. What are your thoughts? Let's go with you.
No, I'm with you. I think Spitfire should win. We've had quite a good storyline recently, and the guy that's knocking around with them as well. He's from that band. My mind is an absolute sieve tonight. I can't remember what bands he's from. Rancid? Is it Rancid?
Yeah, Rancid.
He's been doing his bit, and for a guy who was in a band, he's quite the talent. Do you know what I mean? He just fits everything. But away from all that, I think both of them, we saw them fight each other recently. Both of them deserve that title, I think. And finally, hopefully, we don't have to put up with the worst bulldog in wrestling from Militia Edwards. I don't want to see it ever again. To be fair, I don't want to see her ever again. Hopefully, they end her career in this match.
Hopefully.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, mate, but she does look good in chaps.
That's the only thing she's got going for her.
It is, I agree. Okay, so we then got AJ Francis versus PGO. That's for the DMC and the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship on the line. Joe, what are your thoughts on this one? I'm not going to ask Craig. What are your thoughts on this one, Joe?
Well, we know PCO's got this one. It's that Canadian belt's going to go to PCO, and he's going to be the last champion with it.
Although for the international heavyweight thing.
Yeah. Although if they could, like we talked about last week, if they could somehow incorporate that as a separate belt into TNA down the line, even not this year, at some time down the line with PCO holding it as the first person to defend it, that would be interesting.
Well, the problem is, whoever ends up as the DMC title is going to be the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship.
Yeah.
as well.
I know PCO can lose lose the DMC title to Rich Swann or AJ Francis in a rematch, and then
But keep the International Heavyweight.
yeah,
Was
but
it IHW Championship? What's the IHW? It's so
international heavyweight
heavyweight wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that was there? Because I don't know my history on this. This is a Canadian thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So where did this championship belong to in Canada?
It was somewhere. I think it was in a company up in Montreal, which is another reason why it's so the whole thing with AJ Francis winding up PCO about and is like bittersweet irony and things like that. You know, when
this is starting to make a bit more sense. So, are we going to think? Do we think PCO is going to win?
Yes, I do.
What about you, Craig?
Yeah.
Oh, you see, he's still hurt about Seth Delander not being there.
Oh, for God's sake.
Do you know what? He's going to win a title, and then she's going to come out and get her jubblies out, and they're going to kiss, and then they're going to do like some X-rated stuff in the middle of the ring, and I'm just going to cry.
Okay, fair. We've then got Jordynne Grace versus Ash by Elegance for the Knockouts title match. Again, as we've said before, now, you know, AJ Francis, I've got interest in, you know, whoever it be, the AJ Francis PCO match, I'm interested in that. This has to be the least most interesting match on the card. Am I right, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that, like, would be stupid not to make it the biggest one.
I just don't understand why there is no interest, though. Like, the build to it has been absolutely shite. And I can't understand how they haven't. I just don't get what they were doing with Ash. Like, if they'd have played,
it's weird how she's like not active in the thing, you know, or she's watching from the Bahamas and stuff like that. Then, like, you know, what we're gonna do? We're gonna have like Ash by Elegance kind of like flunk the match or something, and Natalia comes in and like surprise entrance, and maybe she's the person who fights her. I don't know. It's just. It's such a poor storyline. I'm actually more interested in what's going on with PCO and STL than I am in this storyline. Do you know what I mean? But it should be the biggest match. It should be like, you know, NXT. Like, NXT loves Jordynne Grace. By God, they're going to get Jordynne Grace in January. I agree with what.
Well, we love Jordynne Grace. We just don't understand.
We do, but
we don't understand what
weird.
this is. This is the worst fucking build to a knockouts match I've ever seen. Honestly, I just don't get it. What they've been doing with Ash is been all about character, not about what she could do in the ring, and it's got too much character, not enough ring, and that's the way, and that's the problem. I don't believe, by what I've seen of Ash in the ring, that Ash Wellens can beat Jordynne Grace.
Yeah.
I just can't see it in a month of Sundays. She struggled with Xia Brookside.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You know, it was bad enough. We had to put up with Ty Valkyrie versus Tennille Dashwood, and then Kira Hogan had to carry Tennille Dashwood afterwards.
Oh, fuck Tennille Dashwood. Don't even fucking talk about that waste of space. Fucking hell.
Ash works at Lidl selling sour jelly beans. I love it. Right? Ash by Elegance. Yeah, look, I've even got a sponsor. Ash by Elegance works at Lidl's. Ash by Elegance.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Jeremy, I'm not forgetting Rosemary at all. And that is the feud that I believe should be going on right now. I don't think she should be anywhere near the title picture. That's the thing. This is my thing. I think she should be feuding with Rosemary right now.
Yeah.
This should be the match. The match should be Rosemary versus Ash by Elegance. For no titles.
Tasha Steelz and Jordynne Grace should be square enough.
I just don't understand it at all. I'm not down with it. And, you know, I mean, when Dana Brooks was coming in, I was the first person to say, look, give this girl a chance.
Yeah.
You know, Gail and Scott at the time would not have brought her in if they didn't think she could wrestle and couldn't do the job, right?
Yeah.
But so far, I've not seen anything from her which has made me go, yeah, this girl can wrestle. other than what I saw of the match that she had at WSW in Australia, where she won the WSW Championship. If you've seen that match, I want to know where that Ash by Elegance has been for the past fucking 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the one.
I blame Iceman and
I don't know. Yeah. I just think that version of her would it be a believable version to go against Jordynne Grace, but the version that we're getting is just shit. Don't get it.
I think like the only good thing about this whole Ash by Elegance thing is the fact that like Hannafin will be there talking, and then Iceman will come out and be like, "Oh god damn it!" Like just that like whole wind up bit. Just it gets me every time. I love it. But like I think there's a future for Iceman if we can get rid of Ash.
Yeah, I agree. Get rid of Ash. He's letting her down. He needs a decent talent to be in the concierge shop. Okay, Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey in the X-Division title match. Again, we think that this could potentially be the match of the night. Am I right?
Definitely. As I said to Mike Bailey in my happy birthday message to him, this is going to be new champion and potential match of the year candidate and match of the year winner. Mike Bailey versus Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
and he gave me a thumbs up thank you from him.
This is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for this match. I'm going to be like, I hope that every match on the card is going to be fantastic, but this one I think is going to be the standout of the night. I just know it. I could just feel it in my bones. What do you think, Craig?
It's like it goes without saying it's going to be an incredible match. Do you know what I mean? Like we were talking about Mustafa earlier. And Mike Bailey, like, don't get me wrong, Mike Bailey I thought was much like Gresham. They were doing kick-ass matches, but there was no, like, basis to their character. I'm kind of liking this kind of, like, jumped up more kind of prick Mike Bailey, do you know what I mean? And he's getting pissed off and stuff like that, and he's kind of getting angry and that. And, like, we know the guy can fight, so this match will be, like you guys said, it'll be a potential match of the year contender, and I'm all for it. I think either way, whoever wins that match, the fans win, because it's just going to be a banger.
Yeah, it's going to be cracking, isn't it? It's going to be cracking. I'm sorry, I'm just quickly looking at the chat. Antonio is putting in there the reason that the match is because there's not enough talent in the knockouts division. They have a bunch of green wrestlers. Bollocks. There's loads of talent. In that
Tasha
locker
Steele
room.
Is one. Savannah Evans is another one.
Savannah Evans.
Love Tasha Steele.
You've got Giselle Shaw, who's not back. We've got Masha Slamovich. I'm sorry, but there is definitely talent in there. I'm not saying that Ash versus Jordynne couldn't be a kick-ass match, and I'm not saying that I would be looking forward to it, but they haven't built it properly.
This match is like, to me, I said it before, this is the wild card of the night so far. It could be the one that everyone's expecting to be a bomb, and it turns out to
be really good.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it could be the case because I think, like I said, that WSW match I saw from Ash was fantastic. Right, where she's now the WSW champion. It was a great match, and I employ anybody to go and check that out. It was, I can't remember who it was against now, but it's recent. It's only about like 3 weeks ago. WSW Championship Women's Title, Ash by Elegance, and somebody else, but it was an amazing match. Go and check it out because I think this girl has got something. I just think that they haven't worked it properly. They've not made us give a shit about this storyline.
She does do a kick-ass moonsault. We've seen that, but that's not gonna,
Do you know what? Right, I don't know if anyone ever done this. I don't know if anyone's ever done it. I think a woman could do this quite well. Someone like probably what's her name? The one that we used to quite like that pissed off to AEW. Lady Frost. Taya could probably do it as well, actually. But like a moonsault that flips over, right? But as they come over, they go into the splits and land with one leg over, like a leg drop.
Oh my god! You want the ultimate minge twist?
Yes, you've got it.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
The UMT.
That could be the female version Octopussy.
Man, I would not want to be the owner of that minge after doing that move, because that's gonna hurt. Do you know what I mean?
It would be great. Anyway,
Oh,
listen.
God.
Main event time. Ready? Moose versus Alexander versus Kazarian versus Joe Hendry versus Nick Nemeth versus Steve Macklin in a 6-way elimination world title match.
You're right there, Joe.
He's reading that. Sounds like an injury waiting to happen. I think he could be
No,
right.
I'm still trying not to laugh at Munt.
Let's give him a minute.
We could call it the moon minge.
Get in the comments what we're going to call this move.
The moon minge. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Okay, so people are asking who's going to replace Nick Nemeth. I don't think anyone's going to replace him. As far as I'm aware, he's there.
Why would he
Yeah.
not be there?
I don't know, because he has been in Australia, but I'm sure he's back.
Yeah. If he isn't
He's
now,
not
I
been
can see.
banished.
No, if he's still by storyline not medically cleared to compete, I could see Hammerstone coming back in, or Mike
Maybe.
Santana taking his place.
Yeah, the person he defeated.
Yeah,
I want to find that episode where he hurts his neck and just hear the director of authority talk about it again. He goes, "He's hurt his neck." He goes, "I know this is neck, but what's wrong with him?" Santana. Oh man, I bloody love it.
Lovely. Now, Paul Matthewson's not very keen on multi-man title match. I think this is
No,
different.
I'm the same.
But this is different because it's an elimination, isn't it? It's not like you're just
Yeah.
going to have 6 men going at it.
yeah,
So it ends up being a one-on-one, doesn't it?
yeah. It literally is basically the best will be the last got people standing. So it's brilliant, and but the reason why it was set up was because Moose has basically beaten everyone on the roster, and he said that I need the best guys coming after me now. I'm not doing it one-on-one because everyone knows I'm just going to beat them. So Santino said, "Fine, we'll give you 5 other guys to go up against. You get 5 of the best of the roster, and let's see you try and beat them now." So,
This is like the. Do you remember when I believe it was when Tessa Blanchard got her title shot? That there was an elimination match in that one, wasn't there? Where like Rich Swann went for bloody ever. Do you remember?
Yeah, Rich Swann came in second, and it came down to him, Brian Cage, and Tessa Blanchard. And
That's right.
Cage eliminated Swann, and Tessa reversed the powerbomb into a roll-up pin, and everyone threw a shit fit because she managed to put a reversal on Brian Cage and win.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
You know,
But,
she won through technical wrestling, and everyone got pissed off about it.
I mean, that was a great match. I mean, Swan
Yeah.
in that match was incredible. Absolutely
He was there
incredible.
for over half an hour, getting beaten up by Michael Elgin, beaten up by Brian Cage.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be fun. That match was great. I can't see any reason why this is not going to be a fantastic match. I think Moose is obviously going to retain.
Yeah.
You know, that will. But again, you know,
Who do you want to win though?
who do I
out of
want to
those?
win?
Yeah.
Moose.
You want Moose to win.
Yes.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I want Moose to win, or if Moose is going to lose, my predictions back in January were it would be Frankie Kazarian or Steve Macklin. Now that we've gone further
Steve
into
McLean.
the year, yeah, and further into the year, now we've gone down to where we are now, I think it would be Joe Hendry or Steve Macklin to get the win, to piss Frankie Kazarian off even more and
See, I'm
drive him
with you.
further down.
I
Down the
really
heel
do
route.
think that out of those, I would want to go for Steve Macklin, and like you just literally said there, get him going down the heel route and get him to be a fucking nuisance to Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Joe Hendry wants that belt, and I reckon them two, like you saw what Steve McLean and Bully Ray were doing to like PCO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Steve McLean.
Get McLean, get him doing that to Joe Hendry. Like, how many times have I got to say Joe Hendry, Joe, without you pressing the damn sound sample?
That's about the 4th time.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But, Yeah, I think that a real heel run from Steve McLean would be brilliant because obviously
Yeah.
he had such a short run when we had that
Yeah.
Josh Alexander injury. I've got to say, out of those guys, I hope Josh doesn't win because I
Yeah.
just don't think it's his time.
No, he's
Yeah,
had his time.
it'd be the
hasn't
wrong
he,
guy
for
for
a
the
while?
company.
It's nice to have
Yeah.
somebody else there. As much as I'm a massive Josh Alexander fan.
But what do we think if
I
Joe
think
wins,
you're right.
though?
What,
Well,
Joe Hendry?
Everyone's going to be waving their hands from side to side.
Joe Joker. You think he might win? I think it's too early for Joe. For me,
Bound for glory.
it makes perfect sense if it is in the UK that he wins in the UK.
Yeah.
If it goes to the UK, I'm telling you now, Joe Hendry wins the title in the UK.
You believe?
I believe the UK.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think that's where it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. But, I can see why people are like, oh, Joe's got to win. Joe's got to win. I don't know, because, yes, he's very, very popular at this moment in time, but has he done enough in-ring to warrant becoming world champion yet?
Yeah, he is the only person to pin Moose since Josh Alexander in 1-on-1.
True.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
But then again, that also plays into Steve Macklin and Frankie Kazarian's favor and anybody else. Because
Steve McLean.
That's like a big feather in Joe Hendry's cap, and so everyone's expecting him to win.
Right. Okay.
But what do you think? So Hendry wins the belt, and then what goes on NXT? Then Ethan Page fights him for it or something. Then Hendry becomes the TNA and NXT champion. Is that unbelievable? Is that too too kayfabe, or do we think that'd be great for both companies right now?
No, I don't think it should happen. I think they should stick to the invasion angle as it is now. Just if they're going to have a title for title, then make it a mutual event.
It has to be a mutual event. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like a proper pay per view where it's NXT versus TNA.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. The only thing is, for me, I think people need to avoid this. Wanting to see an
Tony
NXT
Khan,
come in and for the TNA World Title. Just like we shouldn't really have anyone go for the NXT title either. For me, the NXT title is not as prestigious as the TNA World Title anyway.
I agree.
So it's kind of, I don't know. That's a pointless thing, really, and I don't think they should do it. I like the idea of doing some kind of joint pay-per-view, like NXT versus TNA or something. I get that. Or why not just call it NXTNA?
Yeah,
you could call it NXTNA. Sacrifice or something. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mean that as, but you know what I mean. But the actual show,
Bird for Tony.
The promotion NXTNA, I think would be really cool. Okay, let's move on a little bit. So Moose, I think, will retain, and I think he's not going to lose that title until BFG, and then we'll go into 2025 with a new champion.
Definitely.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because All Ego is holding the NXT Championship. Well, exactly. It's not very prestigious with him holding it, is it? But there you go. So Joe has earned it. He deserves it. Win a title. I don't know. Yeah, possibly. I don't think in ring wise he does, but I get what you're saying. He's worked really, really hard. He's built, a massive following. He's proper over. There is no doubt about that. And I'm not saying that he won't win the title, but let's be a bit patient. Let's do it at the right time. Is now the right time? I'm not sure. He could be even bigger by BFG.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
And you could slap him in some real badass matches for him to get some decent wins under his belt.
I want a Joe Hendry Christmas #1.
You reckon? Yeah, could do. But anyway, so that's all we've got for Slammiversary. I'm sure that tomorrow night we're gonna find out.
ABC
so
versus the system as well.
I think, yeah, but that's not been announced yet, has it?
No, so it's not been announced, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see ABC versus system or ABC and versus the Hardys versus system.
Well, the Hardys is tomorrow night. We're going to see the Hardys versus system. I'm not sure Jeff can go to Canada. That's a problem because I don't think he can go out of the US, can he?
Not sure.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of an issue with travel because of his record, I guess. So I don't think, because if you remember, even when he was in TNA years and years ago, he never came to the UK. Do you remember?
I don't know. Well,
No, he never ever came on any of the Maximum Impact tours.
Yeah,
and that was, I'm sure that's to do with his criminal record. But anyway, tomorrow night, Mike Santana versus JDC.
That's going to be good.
That should be a good one. Looking forward to that. We've got the Hardys versus the System in a tag match. The first time the Hardys have been together for quite some time. That should be good. And if you
Wonderful!
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We've got the Slam main event contract signing.
That's
So I'm
going to be
assuming.
good too.
I think
That's going to be mad.
I
Yeah,
think
you need
it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, you're going to need a reinforced ring.
I think so. That's going to be mental. And we've also got the No Quarter Catch crew versus the Rascalz and KUSHIDA. Now I get why they couldn't have Wesley do that because obviously, due to tapings, you would have known about them coming back together, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I would have hoped Leon Slater would have been there instead of KUSHIDA.
Yeah, the Rascalz and Leon Slater, man. Oof, that would have been a badass. That would have been badass.
Seeing as he came out and it broke up, it was Trey Miguel and Leon Slater's match that got interrupted. So I thought it would just be fitting to have Leon Slater in there to get some revenge too.
Yeah, man, that would have been cool. But guys, that's pretty much all we've got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us, just like Punk did earlier. Thank you, mate. We appreciate that. Or even head over to our prowrestlingtees.com /Total Nonstop Impact for some great t-shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below as always. All TNA shows are available for all you listen on the go fans with audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can find me on Twitter at JOK Empty Space. You can jump onto Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Look for #Empty Space, #Into the Void. Or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #Daily Giggle. But approach with an open mind and just might keep your sanity.
Sanity.
There. And what about sanity? What about you, Craig? Where can we find you, bud?
I am LimpstarUK on Facebook. I am LimpstarUK on Instagram. I am LimpstarUK on what's the other one? TikTok. And for whatever reason on X, I am Network Stooge. So yeah, just chuck us a follow or chuck us a like or something like that. I'll see you and I'll respond and I'll reply when I get round to it because boy's busy at the minute.
He is busy, mate. He is doing his We Believe in Joe Hendry Megamix. So
Yes.
He's checking all that out, in small boxes, big boxes, little boxes, and all that. Yeah. Okay, if you're interested in following TNI, you can follow us on all social media at We Talk Impact. That is our call sign. Go and check us out. We're on everything: Instanet, Facebook, X. We're everywhere at We Talk Impact. Go and check us out. If you want to find me, at Lord Bison 45 is where you'll find me on X. And of course, if you want to follow me on TikTok at Bison by Design, I'm on there as well. Not TikTok.
Steve McLean.
Go and check us out. Yeah, go and check us out on TikTok, not TikTok. I'm not sure what TikTok is, but I might go and look it up. Hang on a second. Let me move my thing up. Anyway, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out from TNI UK and, of course, TNI US team each and every single week for all the best TNA-related content. Nowhere better. Total Non-Stop Impact is the place to be. With all that said, I've been Bison, and, of course, they have been Joker and the man at your local nightclub, LimpstarUK, and this has been episode 190 of Impacted. Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys.